A couple in Hastings caught up in a phone scam and it cost them several $1,000s. According to Hastings PD, the couple got a call from someone claiming to be their grandson. The person on the phone said they were in Mexico and needed $2,000 after getting pulled over by police. The couple wired the money only to get another call a short time later asking for another $2 grand. After sending the money a second time, they got suspicious, called around and found out that their grandson wasn't in Mexico. He was at home all along. That's when they called police. Authorities in Portage issued a similar warning about this scam earlier this month and say it's hard to track down that money once you send it. They say if you get a call like this, call police immediately.
Those lessons with others in the future to keep us out of
And if you feel positive, I'm going to make a change, I'm not going to let this slow me down, it's going to make you feel better. Whereas if you're just sitting there being upset the whole time, it's going to make you physically feel worse.
It absolutely will. One of the things I like to talk with my patients about who sometimes want to cry, and it's good, it's healthy to cry sometimes, but really how long do you have to cry?
Yeah. I like that first. I got to think back to the Powerball here.
Okay.
Just once, I want somebody to say, if I win, I'm going to raise unicorns or something. I mean, I appreciate that people want to be, you know, altruist. I'd raise unicorns. And thinking about if Lindsay goes and buys the winning ticket, I'm not going to see that money. You know who's going to benefit if she wins the lotto.
Absolutely. Well, I figured you and Lindsay might save some more cats if you won.
Oh,
Kitty condo, that's what's going to be coming, a mega-sized one.
Yeah, that's Tara Hernandez, who's heading up.
Well, do we? We'll see, won't we?
Tara was last seen leaving the building and peeling out of the parking lot.
Haven't seen her yet today, interestingly. All right, let's
1987, what? These aren't even the right tickets.
Tara.
T-Herd.
We trust you. I trust you, Tara, okay?
Okay, all right. Well, let's talk a little bit about the weather, shall we? Take you outside.
Sue's cleat made direct contact with Schwab's groin. This is the first time that Sue's been in trouble for his conduct on the field. The NFL suspended him for 2 games last season after he stopped a Green Bay Packer on Thanksgiving.
Show it one more time. There we go. And our #1 story, of course, Powerball mania has subsided for all but 2 people. For everybody else, it kind of felt like a kick in the groin when they didn't win. 2 winning tickets were sold for the record $580 million jackpot. One was in Arizona, one was in Missouri. Winning numbers 5, 16, 22, 23, 29, with a Powerball of number 6. Cash option, $380 million, an amount that some say is not enough to retire on. At one point, tickets were selling at a rate of $130,000 a minute. Don't you love that? When
Who said that?
There's always people in the newsroom who are, well, you can't retire on that.
Yeah.
380
do
million?
you need to retire on?
What are you going to live to be, 300 or something?
I don't think people really understand numbers anymore. You know, because the national debt and everything else, people just go, doesn't sound like a lot of money to me anymore.
And then you watch the stories about the people who win and then go out and buy a collection of swords to display, and then they end up broke.
Or a laundromat chain that goes under.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, we didn't win. I don't know about Janice and Michelle. They're not
I
here.
go to Missouri to buy my tickets, but this is the one time I didn't go.
Yeah, we should tell people, you know, Janice and Michelle didn't win. Yeah, they're both sick.
That's not why they're
a lot of testosterone on the set tonight.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I guess this just proves that men have stronger immune systems.
Wow. Are you ready to answer all those Facebook comments?
Yeah.
The opinions of Rick Mecklenburg are not necessarily those of Fox 17. Well, he is on Twitter, though, if you want to respond.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm just disappointed, Doty, that #1 wasn't Lindsay Lohan. That never happens.
I know, it's shocking. Hard to believe she was at a nightclub.
Yeah.
Wow. Police are looking into 2 armed robberies that happened near the Grand Rapids Community College campus. They both happened around 7:20 last night, about a block apart. The first was at the corner of Lafayette and Crescent, the second near the corner of Crescent and Barclay. Police say in each case a male victim was walking on the sidewalk when 2 guys walked up to him and said, "What time is it?" Then they showed a gun and demanded the victim's wallet and other possessions. One victim was just threatened with a gun. The second was actually hit in the face with it. Police consider the 2 suspects to be armed and dangerous. If you have any information, call the Grand Rapids Police. Investigators in Battle Creek now say that a fire that critically injured a little girl was no accident. While that 8-year-old is being treated at the burn unit in a Kalamazoo hospital, police are sifting through the clues at the house on Young Street that hopefully will bring them to their suspect. We are told a person of interest is being held on an unrelated charge. The fire broke out early Thursday morning. Officers say that when the fire alarm went off, 2 older children were able to jump out of a window to safety. Firefighters found the little girl inside, badly burned. Dozens of people lined the streets of Rockford to honor Army Specialist Zachary Shanafelt yesterday. His body returned home to Rockford after the soldier passed away last week from injuries sustained while serving in Afghanistan. Today, his mother is saying thank you to everybody for their support. Fox 17's Tim Swore caught up with her earlier this morning. A federal appeals court found Michigan's voter-approved ban on affirmative action unconstitutional. Now, Attorney General Bill Schuette wants to take that issue all the way to the Supreme Court. The Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that Proposal 2, which was passed by Michigan voters back in 2006, violated the Equal Protection Clause of the U.S. Constitution. It banned race from being a legitimate consideration for college admission or government jobs. Schuette says the appeals court ruling disenfranchised the 2 million Michigan residents who voted for Proposal 2. No word yet on if the U.S. Supreme Court will take up the case. 2 federally funded battery plants are coming to our state, one of them right here in West Michigan. According to the Detroit Free Press, the Argonne National Lab in Chicago will build research facilities in Ann Arbor and Holland. It's hoped that the work there will speed up the time it takes to get new technology from the lab into the real world. The Department of Energy will provide $20 million in funding for the first year and $25 million for each of the next 4 years. What impact this will have on the jobs market isn't known yet. An official announcement is expected on Friday. An inmate who escaped from work detail in Kalamazoo County has still not been found. The Sheriff's Department says Ross Emerson Culver walked away from his shift just outside the jail yesterday afternoon. Culver had been charged with uttering and publishing, which is forgery of a document, and he had a previous offense of second-degree home invasion. Officers say he isn't a public threat, but they say if you see Culver, call them at 269-383-8821. The Coldwater man who went missing over the weekend has been found and is safe. David Newberry, who was last spotted in a Walmart parking lot Sunday night, was located in Missouri sometime between Monday night and this afternoon. There were concerns that Newberry may be suicidal, but Coldwater police say he is alive and well. He went and he asked the guy if he wanted anything, and the man said no, but he said, God bless you. And he said that just triggered something that he had to go do it. So he bought him the boots, and the shoe store gave him the employee discount to buy the boots, gave him some socks. And then he said, do you want me to get you a cup of coffee or something? And the man said, no, you've already done enough.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah. And it was all because somebody took a picture. Because judging from what the officer said, he wasn't going to go tell anybody about that.
Good guys' night. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
Champ Kind with sports. Brick Tamlin here with the weather. I'm Brian Fantana.
Why did
Does that make me burgundy? Oh, come on. Oh, great.
I figured you wanted that role.
Fantastic.
Why did the weather guy in Anchorman have the IQ of 50? Wasn't that what they discovered?
He was caught putting mayonnaise into a toaster at a party.
He just liked lamp.
Number 2's coming out next year, isn't it?
I thought, men.
That's coming up right after the show.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Hey.